What's going on, y'all? It's Mr. Tell the Truth himself. Back at it. Just dropped episode 2. I hope y'all like that one. If you ain't seen episode 1 or 2, make sure y'all go check them out on the YouTube channel and hit subscribe, man. Let's run these subscribers up. Man, I'm about to really start coming fast with this hot shit and just keeping it real and giving you this hood therapy that'll heal your soul. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't here to promote no type of like gang violence or I guess you could say I found upon lifestyle, but I'm just here to like show the person that was in my shoes or in some like different shoes too that, you know what I mean, being or carrying yourself a certain way will get you far. And don't limit yourself to what you thinking right now is all you can get. You know what I mean? Like getting out of prison, I didn't really understand it when someone told me when I was in there, but like, you take the fish out of the fish tank and you throw him in the ocean, you watch what he'll do. Like, real talk, watch what he'll do. And I didn't really understand it, and when I got out, I kind of really seen it. Man, you just open your mind to the wildest dreams you could possibly achieve. You know what I mean? And I'm really happy that I did that last video on loyalty, respect, and stamped it on shit. Because I could guess you consider that like the theme of the podcast. I want to show people that when you true to yourself, you true to those around you, you get far. You know what I mean? You got some like a solid team with you. That's what it's about. Excuse me. I feel like people you gotta pay attention to what someone's telling you and what somebody's showing you. Because one thing that I firmly believe, like, don't lie to yourself. Like, if you really care for one of your partners or whatever, and they show you some old fuck ass shit one time, or just like let you down in a way where you noticed it because it stood out type shit, chalked in from the circle. And even when you growing up, and it's rare, like most of my partners I got right now, I've known almost my whole life. You know what I mean? And I can't say that for some of them, a few of them, but since day one, and this was years ago, they showed me like, okay, you stand on like everything you say, but you like really showed me that you weren't just talking about it. And that's everybody in the circle. Cause you know, sometimes you have somebody like even your partner, y'all three be mutual friends, but y'all ain't gonna fuck with each other the same. And I ain't saying it ain't your like someone you can like call on, but at the same time it's like just because they'll do something for somebody else don't mean they will do it for you. And if they show you that, then you know what I mean? That's all cool. But don't be opposed to some fake shit. You know, somebody act like they really fuck with you, and then you like pull their whole card on it, and all of a sudden it's like they show you like they didn't, or may have not like even had an interest or like whatever it is you was calling on them for. So at the end of the day, you're gonna get farther with a team of solid people around you. And I've been doing that a lot lately, you know, talking to my partners about like business shit and how to get us somewhere elevated we never saw ourselves going. And I want to bring them all with me because I'm a firm believer, like I said, man, you are who you hang around. And that's the realest shit that I really been seeing since I got out. Like some people doing the same thing, some people came a far away, and some people are just like I ain't even seen them, but like when you take off and you have like support behind you, people really grasp to that energy. And it's motivation because you might look at your man like, man, I didn't even think he could do that. But now I'm seeing that he did, and he really chased it, so let me do that. And then, you know what I mean? Like, I'll support you a little more, y'all support each other, and y'all really get somewhere. And that's why I feel like even like from the first time you meet somebody, or just like the things y'all do and get yourselves into, really pay attention to how they acting, like what they're doing. Because that'll tell you everything you need to know about somebody. And like, I used to have the type of friends, man, where we got to see you showing some type of effort that you gonna be on the same type of hype we on. You know what I mean? We're young, we're doing what we do, but I got a little bit of money in my pocket, you got a little bit of money in your pocket. We making shit happen. We having a little bit of fun. We, you know what I mean, doing what we do. But all that just sitting around and you just like fucking your life off, like fuck all that. And I'm not even saying that you have to necessarily involve yourself in like the wrong shit, but even if you man's trying to go to school, or y'all can think of business ideas like when you're young and in high school, you know, because you know what's crazy? I had older homeboys that would do things like that, and at the time I was too young to realize the game that they had, the knowledge that they was bringing to the table, showing me like, okay, I can open this door for me and my whole team to be on and getting money, and people are like promoting what we doing. And, you know, my boy 925 Mini Boys, yeah, he do it with dogs. And then he did build a platform himself where I'm like, okay, you put your all into it, and people just naturally attract you because you being yourself. You being real with it. You come with like whatever service you trying to provide. You know what I mean? Like you standing on what you telling yourself. And it's crazy because you can lie to a lot of people in your life if you choose to be that type of person. And it's crazy because you see people do it, but like the one person you kind of just like really, really, really have to keep it real with is yourself. And sometimes that'd be the hardest shit for a motherfucker to do. And it's mainly to me how you'll know somebody realize something, or you'll help somebody realize something, and then they do that shit again. You ain't learned from that. The second time it was a choice. If you truly didn't know better the first time, then you really must have not paid attention either. But if you saying that you learned, then it's like after that you can't. You know what I mean? There ain't no excuse after that. So that's what I'm saying. Like if someone does you wrong, or you put yourself in a situation with them, and then they show you true intentions, they show you like they can't be on the type of time you need them to be on, you gotta chop them from the circle. Because at the end of the day, I want nothing good for you. You know, I done seen it like motherfuckers just be hating on each other instead of getting money together, and that's what breaks the team down. You know what I mean? Like, I remember, like, if I'm in the position where I could put my man's in a better position than he in, I'm gonna do that. Especially if I really, really like fuck with it. Because if I meet my doggy, but I feel like you be a reflection of your people. So if I'm sitting in a crowd if I'm sitting in a circle with nobody that ain't doing nothing, how the fuck they gonna get me somewhere? So I have to want to get myself somewhere to help the team get somewhere. And really come on some other shit though. And you know, back in the day, it was like, oh, I could get my hands on this, or bruh got a plug over here, or you know what I mean, even a little lick up the street, whatever, just break bread and, you know what I mean, we all eat. It ain't nothing more than that. But that's genuine love for, like, okay, I'm trying to see my man's in a good position. Because it's mainly, man, I remember one time my partner, he was like just going down the drain, you know what I mean? And You know, some fuck ass people, some fake ass shit. They'll tell you on some, oh, it's good, or you going through it, and like tell you there ain't no problem with you doing because they scared to tell you like you fucking up. But we did that for him, and it seemed like he still chose to turn his back and took that offensively. But it's because he couldn't be real with himself. And then so you broke that barrier, okay, like, if you ain't gonna hear some real shit when somebody's telling you, then you, like, be gone and do what you do, partner, and tell me how that worked out for you. Because if I'm trying to help you realize something, you trying to lie to yourself about it, it's like, what the fuck you want me to do about it? I'm only telling you what's real. And if you put somebody in a real ass situation, no matter what it may be, however they act, how they act. So you gotta understand that one of the only things you can count on is for you to rely on yourself. I found myself in a position where I had 2 co-defendants, and wasn't no doubt in my mind we was all gonna be straight. But it's crazy because I came along people throughout my journey in jail and prison and whatever. And like I would tell certain people like, oh yeah, I got 2 co-defendants. And somebody would always be like, oh yeah, which one locked it up? Which one told? Are you guys all still active? Like, the fuck? Like, yeah, nigga, my niggas is good, you feel me? And be shocked and like really tip their hat to that type of shit. Because sometimes that's like not heard of or rare. And I know I'm gonna stand on my name because like I was talking about in the last video about respect and loyalty, like it's important for you to carry yourself with that demeanor. People are gonna remember you. People are gonna know, like, okay, yeah, that's a good dude right there. You know what I mean? Because when your word's good, that's really like a golden thing in society. Because no one ever, oh, I gotta question him, or he was on some other shit one time. Like, nah, like it just genuinely be real. And it's kind of like when you're in a situation where you vouch for somebody. For example, you bring 2 people together and you tell them, like, I'm telling you it's good, like that's my boy, is good. Whatever service is gonna be provided, like you be straight. And then some bullshit happen, motherfucker look at you, come on man, you said this was your man's. And that says everything about your judgment. And then you may have already realized the person displays that type of behavior and you chose to just ignore it on some weird shit. And then find yourself, it beat you in the ass. But then remember, like that person will always remember, like, okay, you told me to go. That's the type of people you got around you. So somehow, some way, you probably will be just like that. You know what I mean? When I got out of prison, I started watching a lot of like shit on YouTube about business and like different things you can do out there. And I heard some real ass shit that really like draw me to that conclusion of you are who you hang around. Because you know they say that if you hung out with 6 billionaires, you'll be the 7th billionaire. Because everybody around you doing some like real gangster shit. You know what I mean? Like, y'all getting somewhere. And it's crazy because when you be stuck in the hood and you sling a little bit of sacks and you get some cheese, like, yeah, you feel like you doing something. You might be a little hood rich, you know what I mean? Like, even balling out of control, but like, I can't imagine what it would feel like to have $1 billion and just be like, I can do what the fuck I want to. And so I'm trying to do shit that's gonna get me there. But talk to the young, like, man, y'all gotta stand on what y'all talking about. and realize that, getting paper that's like the most important thing you can do for yourself is get your cheddar up. You know what I mean? Because fuck, at the end of the day, that shit make the world go round. And when you stuck in the hood, it's like you can't see out the hood. So when you got a little bit in the hood and you used to really not even having shit, it's like that little bit of shit feel hella good. But then when you go to jail and you lose all of it, I ain't gonna lie, that's the coldest feeling in the world. That make a motherfucker want everything and some. But I know what it's like to have everything taken from you. It's crazy because when you in jail, I had a good support system. I can't say I didn't. But it seems like no matter how many times someone tells you, oh, I'll feel for you, or man, I know what you're going through, or it must be rough in there, or there's no cause I'm not, your family's gonna endure some shit. Your loved ones, all that, wife, girlfriend, whatever it is, like they gonna feel something. But when you on the outside looking in, you don't really see what that feel like. You know what I mean? Because I be like, when you first get to jail, you walk in that motherfucker, sandals on, bag of clothes, and like you thinking like, okay, I'm in jail. It's just like, it's what it is. But like fighting some real shit, and they talking football numbers plus life type shit, like you start to come to a realization one day, like, damn, I'm not just visiting, like I'm staying here. And that changed my fucking mindset. Like, damn, man, you in there with nothing. You know what I mean? Until you at least get your hands on something for the first time. But even then, like, it's not easy. And I kept a strong ass mindset. Helped myself with composure, and I carried myself in a respectable way where, like, people didn't have to question how to respect me and know what type of time I'm coming on. And the real recognized real, and the one that didn't, you know what I mean? Like, fuck them. At the end of the day. And I mean, everybody might have their own perception of whatever, but like, to me, what's real is what's real. And anything that's contrary to that, like, I don't feel it. So you gotta, like, in an environment like that, and you just, like, the little bit you do have to yourself, and you just, like, for example, I'm in there feeling like I'm living lavish. I got like a box for like 20 toothpaste, you know what I'm saying? Like 30 bars of soap. I had like 6 body washes all the time, like box full of new clothes, food filled up, like all this shit. That make a nigga feel like, okay, I'm doing something, but this really ain't shit. You feel me? And you happy with that little bit you got, just knowing that, like, man, this shit don't break me. Fuck these motherfuckers. I'm gonna thug this show, I'm gonna do my time like a gentleman, you know what I mean? And make it out with a respectable name. But even, like, I went through that shit for like half my journey with like my closest partner. So, like, in the beginning, that shit helped a lot. Cause like I said, then you realize that, okay, we all we got. Some solid motherfuckers that's gonna stand next to you when you truly need it. and putting themselves in a situation where they sacrificed it all. Like I'm talking about, we ain't have shit. Yeah, I mean, we could only get what they give us. And then to come out to a new world, it's like, damn, okay, but this world ain't even like what it used to be. It's just crazy though, because I see outside the block now. You know what I mean? And when I came home, I honestly, like, nobody in the close inner circle was talking the same shit motherfuckers was talking back then. And it's crazy seeing like people I personally know in some good shoes and they, you know what I mean? They well off. It's like, okay, see, that's the type of time we should have been on. But you gotta live to learn. So this podcast, you know, like I said, when you give somebody some type of game, you gotta lead by example. So I'm trying to show this journey on like this success after prison. You know what I mean? I'm trying to show that anybody can do it. You know what I mean? But you want to stick out. You want to be real. Like, just think big and go hard with the team. However y'all living, go hard with the team and y'all will get somewhere. But don't limit yourself to what seemed cool or even like that. Sounds good. Like, see the longevity and shit. And like, just be real with yourself. If it's not in you, then don't do it. Your gut will never guide you the wrong way. On my life, it won't. But it's just possible. Everybody need to hear that type of shit. You know what I mean? Because like I said, when we was young, man, we all had each other's backs, putting each other's in positions where it was like, you know what I mean? Get some money. Let's get it. Let's do it. However you want to do it. And it's like, now that I'm starting to do this, I got a lot of support. And it just like, it feel good though, because like, it makes me feel like now I'm showing my partner like, man, it's possible, buddy. And even if you just want to find something like hella different avenue than what I'm taking, like, just, you can do what you want though. Like, live your dreams, you know what I mean? I feel like that's why I be like so in tune with my boy Doughboy, because I done been in the cell with him. You know what I mean? Split the soup and the last pieces of bread together, you know what I mean? I remember one time he came talking about he wasn't finna go to the store. I'm like, fuck you mean not? It's good, bro. Say less, Cuddy. I told Peanut, my brody, hey, bro, we got it, you know what I mean? Shoot something dull, he gotta be straight. And we was locked down all day on Fridays. And we used to get our canteen on Thursdays. I mean, we pop up at the door on Saturday like, oh, bro, I ain't never go to the store. Y'all think it's love. You know what I mean? And like I said, when you ain't got nothing, that's the little bit that you got. But I'm willing to take from the little bit I got to make sure you got a little something to have. You know what I mean? Like real ass shit. And now look at us. Watch, we gonna make it somewhere. And salute to who support us, to the ones that don't. Like, live your best life, Pippin. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm living mine. I'm trying to live mine. You know what I mean? I never saw myself doing a lot. But it's like every time I have a new experience since I got out, I feel the most alive I ever felt. I make a motherfucker want to feel it again and just see more than a hood. But I never forget that that's where I came from, and I stand on that. I'd never sell my soul to try to be somebody that I'm not. If I ever make it somewhere, headlines, like, you know what I mean? They could put that on there. I'm from North Concord, California, you know what I mean? And there's nothing to change about that. I want people to support me for real, like just to see that I ain't the everyday person. Like there's good people in the hood, you know what I mean? Not everybody there is a bad person. But so I don't blame you for what you want to stand on. If you stand on anything, I ain't hating on it. Live your best life. It's just crazy. Like, I always say I'd never go to the army because I'd never sell my soul to the white man. Sometimes people don't be feeling that shit, but it's like you're gonna sign yourself up to fight for a country that ain't yours. Because at the end of the day, they can take everything you got and you gotta accept it. Ain't shit you could do about it. So how the fuck is that fighting for freedom? But if I'm willing to stand on these living grounds that we come from, because that shit means something to me, the fuck's the difference? But I go to jail for this type of shit. I'm a bad person for that type of shit. Like, fuck that. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, like, cause you cherish shit though. And whatever it is that you cherish, man, never lose sight of that. So that's why I'm a real firm believer that like, I want some real genuine support that'll take me somewhere. And I want to get a game back for somebody else to chase that same dream that they may have. And just talk this real shit because it's really going on. There's no faking this shit. We just keep it real and 100. That's all I can do. But watch, y'all pay attention. Start telling the truth more. And notice how many people stop talking to you or just like who get like how much people really get offended when you just be real. And that shows like you probably don't even need them around you. Really like study somebody, see like do they have morals, principles, like what type of person are they? Can I respect that name, or is it like, oh, that's a shady motherfucker? And don't lie to yourself about it. It's crazy because the more you elevate in life, the more you'll grow for people you thought you loved, or niggas you thought was like, y'all niggas and shit, but they wasn't like Brody type feeling. But like I heard some Snoop say some real shit about it. Like, yo, partners, y'all all start out together. And when y'all start doing things, you start getting places, y'all start to create gaps. But if I'm up here and you down here, that means that I either gotta bring myself back down to you or you gotta catch up to me. You know, a real one gonna tell you like, come on, but come here and catch up. We'll get you there. Or I'll get there with you. However it plays out. But me going backwards, nah, I kinda ain't feeling that. I'll lose from my dog though, man. I ain't tripping, but to go backwards, fuck that. But when you with the team somewhere and it don't even have to be nowhere crazy, but y'all just having a good time reminiscing and just living a better life, it's like, damn, we came from a lot of shit. And look how far we made it. And we're gonna keep going. It's gonna be bigger, and you know, one day we taking trips, nigga, to islands and shit together. Seeing poolside somewhere we never even thought of we'd be or been. But just keeping it way 100 the whole way there. And riding with the circle that we started with and built. Like I said, man, if someone ain't trying to get nowhere, or they ain't trying to help you get nowhere, then we'll stay around you for. Ain't got much to offer. You feel what I'm saying? That's some real shit right there. I'm finna drop some hot shit. It's coming soon. Features is coming soon. Y'all stay tuned. Hit that subscribe on this YouTube channel. Let me know in the comments how y'all fucking with it. I appreciate all the love and support I'm already getting, man. Let's keep this going. Let's show me some real motherfuckers out here. You know what I mean? For all the active thugs behind that wall. Everybody that stand on something, you feel me? We go.